Nalin Kohli of the BJP versus Abid Rasool Khan of the Congress, Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party versus H.S. Fulka of the Aam Aadmi Party. He's a senior advocate of the Supreme Court, and Dr. Ajay Alok. Thank you very much. Let's begin the debate. Nalin Kohli, just a matter of clarification. Does this mean that the case against Nihal Chand, who is a Union Minister of State for Chemicals and Fertilizers in connection with an alleged rape case and who faces the show cause notice by Jaipur court, will this be expedited also?
Well, I think it would hold true for everybody. Why would there be any exceptions if anyone has a case against
So does this mean that the case against Sanjeev Balian, your Minister for Agriculture and Food Processing Industries, who is a riot accused in the Muzaffarnagar riots case, that will also be expedited?
Well, I think, Mr. Goswami, even if there are any matrimonial disputes or Section 498, or if there are any domestic violence cases, or even anyone falsely put by anybody like, from a Congress-ruled state on a BJP person, they will also get included. So all cases, I don't think there is any exception.
You will expedite the case against Yediyurappa, who faces corruption charges, welcome back into your party in the run-up to the general elections?
Mr. Goswami, it will be against everyone, including Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, if the court decides to frame charges.
Hukum Singh, riot accused in the Muzaffarnagar cases, who made those inflammatory speeches at the Mahapanchayat, he's also going to be, his cases will be expedited?
It will be against anyone. Should there be a false case on you or a true one on you and you became a member of parliament, you will be included.
Thank God,
So I think there is no
I will remain a journalist till I die. My question to you is it true that about 100 BJP MPs, that's approximately 35 to 36% of your winners, are all facing criminal charges against them?
Well, that is what the ADR report says. So they are going only by what the affidavit says.
Now my last question. Now my last question.
I haven't finished.
Now my last question to you. I just want to make the point.
Mr. Goswami, you always... So let me just finish my point. I just had a part of a sentence left, that's all. And I said that given the fact that the Supreme Court has said it and the Prime Minister, two important institutions in the country, I would go with the matter of faith.
Sir, this matter of faith is wonderful, but I just saw a few days back an agency called the CBI do a 180-degree U-turn on the high-profile case of corruption pertaining to a political leader just 2 months after you came to power. You remember this VK Singh case, right? Where the CBI claimed lack of evidence against Tejinder Singh and is now saying, how do we disbelieve the Chief of Army Staff whose version is being supported? So I'm just wondering here, one second. So this so-called expediting cases against political leaders probably could end up being a self-serving exercise. Because, we saw the 180-degree U-turn in the case of VK Singh.
May I answer?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Mr. Goswami, it's not supposed to be a self-serving exercise or, a self-goal. It's supposed to be about cleansing politics. That's the intent.
You've not wanted to cleanse politics. Come on, Mr. Nalin Kohli. If you wanted to cleanse politics, is it true that you gave tickets to 24 members of parliament who have charges framed against them? Was that part of cleaning politics?
Absolutely. No.
Were you trying to clean politics when you did that?
True for every political party.
No, but I'm asking about you. Since you claim you want to clean politics.
This is a larger issue. You may look at it in your way. You are entitled to do so.
Were you trying to clean politics by giving them...
As far as we are concerned, when the Prime Minister said expedite the cases, it does not anywhere say that we would like to exclude the BJP MPs.
No. You're making a claim you want to clean politics.
I don't know where your presumption is coming from.
Presumption is that, for example, there is, this man called Kachadiya Naran Bhai Bhika Bhai, dacoity 1 IPC section 395, robbery IPC section 392, robbery or dacoity with attempt to cause death or grievous hurt section 397. I can go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, and I will still not end the cases against him now by putting people like him as...
Just for a sense of balance, I'm sure you will be asking the other panelists.
No, I will. I'm just, because you're making the claim, you're taking the initiative, you're taking the copyright. You're saying I have the copyright of cleaning up the system. That's why I'm questioning you. Now I'll question
it's not about a copyright. No. You might approach it as a journalist of an eminent channel as a copyright. This is the Prime Minister serving the people of India. You're entitled to be skeptical, but he's basically doing what he promised.
We'll get reactions now to the BJP representative. It's an open debate. Who'd like to go first? Gaurav Bhatia is on the debate. Abid Rasool Khan, whoever wants to take... Yes, Gaurav Bhatia, please, first.
Arnab, I would just like to say this, that the move is welcome because it is under the directions of the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court said that the trial be expedited and be completed within 1 year. But as we all know, the BJP is one of those parties that they have a hidden plan always. So as you correctly said that whether it is Sanjeev Balia or Uma Bharti or it is Vittal Bhai, you know, these are people who are otherwise facing serious charges. But I hope the BJP would not try to manipulate the CBI or the other agencies to serve the interest of these MPs and MLAs.
You think they will?
That for sure is a concern.
You think they will?
I am sure that they would. I am sure.
Fulka.
The example that you gave, the CBI took a U-turn immediately after the government came to power. Do we not need to question why the CBI has taken a U-turn now? And why would the same not happen when their own legislators like Sanjeev Balia and Uma Bharti will be facing trials? I'm sure they would utilize every weapon in their armory.
The hand goes up by Nalin Kohli out there, but I'm going to go to Mr. Fulka because I'll come back to Nalin Kohli. I thought today you would be part of the cheering brigade for the BJP. I thought today you would be wedded to the BJP on the debate. You know why? Because you have the dubious distinction. Well, let me complete. You have the dubious distinction of having 50% of your representatives in the assembly in UP, 50% have declared criminal cases against them. No political party in India comes close to you when it comes to MLAs with declared criminal cases against them.
Let me now clarify.
So, Raja Bhaiya is a minister in your government. He faces a fresh investigation into the death of a superintendent of police. Have you removed him? Is that clean politics?
Let me clarify. I think factually you are incorrect, and why I'm saying this is because it is one thing to be covered under the Section 8 subclause 1 and Section 8 subclause 3.
But why are you trying to complicate a simple issue? Why are you trying to complicate a simple issue?
Criminal case.
Sir, nobody...
No, I'm not complicating.
Sir, you have the world record.
Can you equate a crime under rioting or arson with that of murder or inciting communal feeling?
These are
the serious charges that the BJP MLAs and MPs face.
Sir, 1 second. You know,
and you can't compare the two.
Sir, you should actually... You have a world record today. Not in the insensitivity of your party leaders, but that 1 out of every 2 ministers have declared criminal cases against them in 2012. I'll share the statistics with you after the program. HS Fulka wanted to come in. HS Fulka, the BJP claimed earlier that we want to clean up politics. That's why we are doing it. HS Fulka responding to Nalin Kohli and Gaurav Bhatia. And by the way, Ajay Alok and Abid Rasul Khan, please know it's an open debate. Yes, Mr. Fulka.
The criminals should not be the lawmakers. The move is welcome. But unfortunately, the intention is clear by 2 statements by 2 spokespersons of the BJP. Meenakshi Lekhi said there are false cases. And Mr. Kohli just now said the cases registered in the Congress-ruled states. This appears to be the intention. This appears to be the intention. This is no longer hidden. This has come out. What is the purpose? Why they want to expedite it? To get cleared their own people. Unfortunately, otherwise, the Supreme Court has said the criminal should not be sitting in the parliament to make the laws. That is a laudable move, but the intention has now very clearly has come out in the open what the BJP wants to do in that garb of that.
Nalin Kohli has his hand up. I'm sorry, Abid Rasul Khan. Before I come to you, I'm going to go to Ajay Alok. 1 minute, please. Yes, Nalin Kohli.
Just a very brief point. I'm sure Mr. Fulka, as a very eminent lawyer, is not actually believing that the courts will do what the BJP says. I'm sorry to believe we don't live in the 70s when emergency was in action. This is a free country and the judiciary is independent. The second point I'd like to make is that perhaps he's going to be representing his eminent colleagues, Mr. Ashutosh, and if I am not, I think charge sheet has been filed, and perhaps he's going to also represent the eminent Somnath Bharti, who's a great lawyer himself, if the charge sheet has been filed so far.
Right. Thank you.
None of them is a member of parliament. They are not the lawmakers. We are talking about the lawmakers today.
They are MLA. One of them is an MLA and a former law minister of Delhi. Just thought I'd bring it to the point. That's all.
Mr. Fulka, I think you concede that from what I see.
Mr. Kohli, you have pointed out that. As far as the BJP...
Arnav,
as far as the BJP cannot influence...
The real question is...
Mr. Kohli, now it has come out recently, how do the government manipulate and how do the government interfere in the judiciary? And I have seen in 1984 cases also how the government does the manipulations. That is the only apprehension. If this government also start doing it, the manner in which the Congress government has been doing in the past.
Well,
Well, I mean, it's an apprehension, but I think the Aam Aadmi Party has shown what kind of governance it is there, barging into women's houses, trying to do forcible tests and whatnot. So I think that's not an apprehension, that's a fact on which Mr. Bharati is there. It's on national TV.
That is not answer to
No, Mr. Fulka, I'm just telling you that this applies to everybody. I'm just saying that the investigation and the courts will apply to everybody, and what's a welcome step? You may wear a political hat today, but you are an eminent lawyer, and you also know that.
To the Congress party, Ajay Alok, I think you want to come, but to the Congress party, would you like to congratulate the BJP for what they have done? Because let's look at it in a different context. What was your government doing till the last minute? Till the last day, your government was desperately trying to cover up the black money issue. On your last day in office, you filed a review petition seeking review of the court's decision to constitute an SIT in the black money issue. That was what Manmohan Singh government did. Today, the BJP government says we'll clear the cases. It doesn't say we clean up the cases. It doesn't say the MPs and politicians will be cleared. They say the cases which will be cleared, which means the politicians can, if required, be indicted as well. So, Abid Rasool Khan, if you just, because you are representing a party whose governments or union ministers resigned for corruption, financial impropriety, embezzlement. After all of this, this would be a refreshing change for the people of the country. You agree, Mr. Abid Rasool Khan? Though Gaurav Bhatia questions the motives.
Let me come in and give me a minute. There are two issues in this. One is the action and one is what you are trying to project. As long as you are trying to project that you are for expediting the cases, we are with you and we will support the expedition of the cases. But as far as your actions speak, it is totally contrary to what you are trying to show.
Give an example.
You have appointed your party
Give an
president.
example.
Let me complete. You have
appointed
your party. I'm giving an example. Yes, I'm giving an example. You have appointed a party president who is still in a mire of number of serious cases, and then you say that we are trying to clean up the system. On the second stage, you see in Gujarat what my friend Mr. Narendra Modi is trying to show, that false cases are being foisted in Congress states. In Gujarat,
why are you bringing Amit Shah into this?
A week back. No, because your actions, you are going to be headed by a person who is mired in serious cases, and then you say that I want to clean up the government. How is that possible? You have to start your action and examples from your own home, from your own house. You need to set in the examples for the country to see and the world to see. Now look at Gujarat. You had Supreme Court on 17 July throwing out the case of Surat twin bomb blast and coming down heavily on the Gujarat police. Before that, a month before that, you had the Akshardham case being thrown out. Before that, you had Maulana Nasiruddin case thrown out. In all these cases, Supreme Court has told very strongly that these cases were foisted, they were made and manipulated. And people like Vanjara, who is in the jail, were the investigation officers. In such a situation where you have ruled the state in such a way, what message are you going to give to the country?
So you suspect their motives. You suspect their motives.
No, I suspect that this is only a fracas being shown to mislead the country, that we are trying to do this. But the facts remains that actions are against what you are trying to show to the country.
Well, are you in a position to say that this is anything, this is all, because I remember just a couple of days back, a secret letter from your Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, proves that your government directly acted to protect a corrupt judge. You forgot that? What was your Prime Minister doing? Why were you quiet then on that day? Why did the Congress boycott the Newshour? Why did the Congress boycott the Newshour day before yesterday? Are you in any position to speak?
Did not boycott.
You boycotted the Newshour.
As you know me, no, we have.
Sir,
I have appeared on behalf of my party in all the difficult times.
Sir, I am saying to you.
No, the point is.
I am saying to you. I am only placing your track record. I don't want to embarrass you. 2 ministers resigned for corruption, Raja and Maran. One for a case of financial impropriety. 1 minute. one minister for trying to influence an investigation, one minister for his nephew's involvement in a scam, one high-profile MP for being charge-cheated in the CWG scam. You are in no position today, sir. And it's not because you have 44
whenever our
MPs.
Ministers, whenever the minister, yeah, let me complete. Whenever the ministers came under a cloud, they were made to resign. But on the opposite, you see a person who is mired into cases, and you see a person being given the highest of the positions. I think we are getting a response. So there is a difference between what is happening and what has happened.
No. Nalin Kohli, coming back to the debate. The first break on the Newshour tonight. Nalin Kohli, Ajay Alok will respond to Nalin Kohli after that.
Well, I mean, just a sentence. Mr. Abid Rasool Khan, you've been, pontificating for a while, but just a simple question. There are summons against Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, or you feel they are imaginary, those summons from the court on the National Herald case? So, I mean, if anyone has done wrong, the courts will take cognizance. What are you here pontificating about BJP and the Congress? I mean, anyone who's guilty should be in jail, and anyone who's not guilty should be absolutely free. So are you not agreeing on that?
I agree.
Or would you like to have two sets of standards? We can commit the crime and be free, whereas the BJP, if they are free, if they are innocent also, they should be in jail. What are we talking about? I'm confused.
In all these cases, false charges were filed. And all these people have
so you do have faith in the court. You have faith in the court. So a speedy expediting of the cases is good or not?
15 years on false cases. You don't regret that. You don't regret that. And now you're
Rasool Khan. So you should be welcoming it. Am I getting it right or getting it wrong? If you say there are false cases and the Supreme Court came out, shouldn't you be welcoming a false case?
Supreme Court comes down.
Or are you confused, Mr. Abid Rasool Khan?
Says that all these cases are false.
At this point,
you do not get moved by it.
Ajay Alok,
by screaming, you are not making a point. And by speaking non-stop, you are not making sense. And the court decides fast. Is that welcome or is it not welcome?
Ajay Alok is asking you a question, please. Hear him, please. Nalin Kohli. Ajay Alok of the JD.
I have a complete different perspective attached. Yeah, I have a complete different perspective attached to this. When I got an invite today from you regarding this topic, I was a bit surprised that just 2 months in the office and such a good topic, he should be congratulated. It shows that the man has some vision. Then I just realized that there are many other issues facing the country, price rise, corruption and all this. He is not looking after that, and why going for this tainted netas? It can be done later stage. Then I went through the news. Then I got to know that today when the meeting of the cabinet was held with Mr. Rajnath Singh and with Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, there were two agendas simultaneously. One, this cleaning out the hush of the netas to be expedited within 1 year, and the second agenda, which was simultaneously passed, was setting up of a judicial commission and abolition of collegium of Supreme Court for appointment of judges. Then I realized that the motive is not about the netas. The grand motive is abolition of collegium and setting up of a judicial commission at a time when you don't have a leader of opposition, when you don't have any framework, but you want to appoint judges, and use this as cleaning up politics as a hush-up, as an alibi that we have to expedite against the netas also. But the main agenda lying behind the RSS and Mr. Modi, the grand agenda is that they will set up a judicial commission without a leader of opposition, without anything. They will have their own judges appointed, and then they will take the judiciary in their own hand. This is something very dangerous. Why this is not being taken care of, and why nobody is taking this. This is the main aspect, and this is the cleaning and hush-up of netas is just an alibi, because out of 282, 98 of them are themselves facing the criminal charges. In every state, they have those MLAs.
So you want the cases to be dragged on?
The main agenda is...
You want the cases to be dragged on?
The cases will drag on. The cases, once the Judicial Commission is set up and the collegium of the Supreme Court is abolished and the judges will be appointed according to their wish, the judiciary will come under their control. This is the grand desire.
Okay, 1 second. I take a break at that point and Mr. Nalin Kohli will respond. 2 hands go up, 3 hands up. 4 participants want to come back into the debate, and so do I. At this stage of the debate, questions are being raised about the motives of the BJP. The opposition leaders are saying tonight, Nalin Kohli, and you'll have to answer this, that this is not a plain vanilla clean motive of cleaning politics. The real motive is somehow of diluting the powers of the judiciary, and then also saying that we'll try and force the cases out in a year, which means clean the matter. And by the way, Nalin Kohli, you haven't answered to the question of the U-turn the CBI did in the VK Singh case. These were the charges you asked. You used to ask earlier, are agencies becoming caged parrots of the government? Tonight, Mr. Nalin Kohli, you have to answer 4 panelists, but that's going to be on the other side of the break.